Hello, I'm Channing, creator of the board game Galactic Era. In this series of videos, I'm explaining how the backstory fits into this game. In this part, I will explain how the hidden history of the galaxy and the solar system has been implemented in the game. So in this game, we have these pieces, these components, which are called ancient relics, which supposedly existed in the past in the solar system or still do today. The first one we have is the ancient pyramids relic. So supposedly there are ancient pyramids on Mars that were built there hundreds of thousands of years ago by an ancient human civilization or humanoid civilization that lived there a long time ago. And supposedly the pyramid shape is an important shape energetically for spiritual energy, because this creates or condenses or focuses that spiritual energy in a certain way, which is useful for various purposes, including spiritual evolution. So past civilizations, even before the Egyptian civilization, have very often been building pyramids, even during the mythical so-called civilizations that supposedly existed before our times during the era of Atlantis, but also by extraterrestrials. Then another relic is the defense grid. So supposedly the ancient builder race, which lived in the solar system billions of years ago, built this defensive grid, which is basically defensive beam weapons throughout the solar system in various moons. So they would rebuild the moon so that it could shoot these beams, very, very large, powerful beams that would repel any ships coming into the solar system that would have a hostile intent. This defense grid supposedly, unfortunately, was destroyed about 500 million years ago by some people who came into the solar system and tried to misuse it for their own purposes. This group supposedly was the progenitors who also built the Planetary Death Ray, which is also an ancient relic. These progenitors tried to build a planetary death ray using the planet Saturn by building a solid ring out of transparent mineral, a transparent aluminum type kind of material. So a solid ring around the planet Saturn, and together with the planet Saturn, supposedly they could create so-called scalar waves, which are faster than light waves using the quantum vacuum energy background. And this beam that results from this could supposedly destroy any planet in the galaxy. But luckily, I guess, unfortunately for them, but luckily for us, this weapon was destroyed or self-destroyed itself. And so we have what we see now as the rings around Saturn today, which are actually large chunks of this once solid platform or material or ring that was around the planet. Then we also have the Super Stargate ancient relic. This relic represents the fact that the solar system sits on an important crossroads in what is called the cosmic web. The cosmic web is filaments of charged particles that connect the stars, and thus creating magnetic field lines, electromagnetic field lines between the stars. And supposedly, with the right technology, you can teleport along these lines from star to star very quickly. And as I said, the solar system supposedly sits at some kind of important intersection of this cosmic web, which is why so many ET races are interested in taking over the solar system, including the Dracos and the Greys. Then we have the ancient ships relic, the buried ships ancient relic, which represents the fact that, or the story that NASA, for example, found some buried extraterrestrial ships on the backside of the moon in some covert mission, some secret mission they had several decades ago. But also other instances where buried ships were found, namely supposedly in Antarctica under the ice. They are deep under the ice. There are some crashed progenitor ships there that the progenitors used to crash land on Earth after they were fleeing from their enemies from the moon. Another aspect of hidden history that is in the game is the story tiles. So the story tiles gives points for how you what you do during the course of the game. And there was supposedly a great galactic war many millions of years ago that lasted a long time between the humans from Lyra and the Draco Empire, and this is represented in the Galactic Wars story tile. You also have another component in the game called Galactic Goals. The idea behind this is that the galaxy is a sentient and intelligent being that tries to direct or lays the path for spiritual evolution of all people that live in its galaxy. And so the Law of One describes this as giving a certain template or path along which spiritual evolution happens, the 22 cards of the tarot, or archetypes, the 22 archetypes. And so this idea is that each galaxy has its certain goal or purpose for its inhabitants, and this is represented by the game component Galactic Goal. Then we have the sector tiles, and on the sector tiles there are various star names. Many names of these stars are just simply well-known astrological stars or places like what do we have here? Like Mars or Deneb or Taygeta. But many of them are stranger names, such as Bavi, Ingstria, Umo, Serpo, and Tayuba. And these are usually stars that are mentioned, or planets that are mentioned in UFO contactee reports, where the extraterrestrials, where it is claimed that the extraterrestrials have said that they came from this and this planet, and that planet name is then on the sector tile. Serpo is slightly different. The planet Serpo is from a leaked document, a supposed leaked document of the US military, where there was an extraterrestrial exchange program with inhabitants of another planet. So the US military sent some of its members to the planet Serpo, and the people from Serpo sent a few of their inhabitants here in an exchange program. And this was mentioned in a document, or that claimed to be talking about a project called Project Serpo. And then finally, also this type of space anomaly called Nebula in the game is also supposedly a special thing. So the interstellar clouds of dust that astronomers see between these planets are supposedly full of source energy or cosmic energy, or energy that has a very high vibration. And this energy, when you go into the cloud, into the nebula, sort of pushes you in a certain way to evolve spiritually. So the people who are inclined to be positive, to be good, are pushed even more strongly towards that direction and feel ecstasy. And the people who are inclined toward darkness, or service to self, as it is called in the Law of One material, start going crazy and start doing crazy things. And supposedly our solar system has entered such an interstellar dust cloud or energy cloud recently in the past 2 decades or so, and that is what is driving many events, or driving the spiritual evolution of people on Earth. And that supposedly is why you see a somewhat chaotic situation today, is because people are being forced being nudged down this pathway of spiritual evolution to choose a side. So the universe doesn't want people to stay undecided between light and dark. The universe wants people to either choose the path of light or to choose the path of dark, and not sort of stay undecided in the middle. And that's what is supposedly causing some of the chaos that we see nowadays. Well, that's all to the hidden history in the game of Galactic Era. Bye.